going ahead. Now, this is that range analysis I was mentioning. The color now the color feature extraction is explained here. These are now quantified rules. These are obtained initially by observation. Herein we can also play some fuzziness if required, but this is at a pixel level. That means, if HSI or HSV as the name here is in the range say 7 to 25 degree H, 0.2 to 0.45 S, 0.6 to 0.9 V, a particular pixel with this range is considered red. And now comes the then discolor is again you will find even 7 to 25 is buried in the discolor as well. There is a lot of overlapping, underlapping, well no underlapping, but there is some overlapping in a particular parameter. This table you can imagine takes a lot of time to generate.
Purpose we have taken only gram per mm square as the
Yes,
parameter.
yes, that is training of weight part, not the class. Class will come now. That is only for measurement of weight from the area to weight calculation. Initially we have modeled, it is like taking certain chalky ones and see that okay, these many chalky.
How many parameters by the way has been taken for the training?
The numbers are given, parameters are
Like
5 and 8.
density is there, then the others are
Density is what we are calling it.
one of the parameters.
No, density is not there, density we are generating
Okay, no
for area to weight kind of ratio.
gram per mm square is
That is our name to it.
what second, third and fourth what are those?
No, there are 8 parameters.
8 parameters.
8 geometrical parameters and 5 color parameters. Now, these are 5, 8 if you want to recall.
Those are those that will be coming now.
No, these were given here also they will come.
This.
These are geometrical attributes are rule based analysis does not use many. If I will see, let me see where we have listed. I have listed them already here. See here length, breadth, area, perimeter as I said, and convex perimeter is the rough kind of fast kind of convex perimeter. Convex means the perimeter which maintains convexity, not taking the depth of say concavity,
Not concavity only.
just taking a roundness in it. But if there is concavity, then you must take that. Concavity will come when there is a proper perimeter will have concavity. That is to take care of roughness. That means roughness will ignore the concavity in the first instance, but actual perimeter will take it. So, the ratio will give us the roughness. That means the object was having roughness in it. If the two perimeters are not same, that means the object was not convex. It was having some depths in it which were ignored. Non-circularity. So, these are the 8 geometrical parameters and there are 5 color parameters. Now, we are talking about 5 color parameters after this density modeling. This we can call it modeling. This was modeling in the sense we took some weight, we knew some area through our image analysis. See, like our image analysis goes in the computer, that gives us area. The reality says this is the weightage, we have to relate that, we have to relate with the reality. This is our density value. Now, this is our observation on the HSV model. Values were obtained through HSV model available say in MATLAB or implemented in, we implemented the same model in the project in the Hora application. So, we converted RGB to HSV and then found these say classes, looking at closely each red grain, each discolored grain, each chalky maybe manually or you could have a statistical analysis. We had a statistical also, all reds were histogram, all histograms of H, S and V were taken and then we found that red ones are lying in this, and you will see that this segmentation say 7 to 25 only in red and why not somewhere else. This was again manual classification. It is our thinking that okay, let us cut it short, most of the say red ones are having 7 to 25 of H, okay, and their S values are 0.2 to 0.45 and V values are 0.6 to 0.9. This is kind of observation.
These are the opinion of the experts we can say.
No expert. These are image processing experts. They do not know what is HSV. You ask them, they will say what is HSV? We do not know. That is the problem. That is where the problem comes. You say the expert knows nothing about the subject. You know nothing about the domain.
No,
there are two experts.
When I am saying expert, that I am talking about the person who is observing it.
Yes, you can say that way. Observing in the image processing domain.
There is one expert who is
Yes,
says
yes,
that this is this
sure.
category. Now we are correlating the same thing with the
Yes.
image processing results.
Exactly.
So now this is an expert after his own observation that now okay, now this is, and he also says yes, this comes under this categories. Now we can say okay, these are the parameter for this,
Yes.
and statistics says that this is there.
Exactly. The two experts have to be in phase.
Yes.
There are a lot of problems which you while studying the one aspect you are not aware of them. I think some of these are now coming up. Could you imagine there is a lot of human element in it?
Is this
We are trying to replicate a human expert within the machine.
Is it published somewhere? This
Yes,
whole detail?
this is published in international conference on AI which was held in Pune. They have made a if you search for net you will find this paper. If you search for net the classification of the paper has been done electronically, document. So if you search for my name you will find this paper, full detail will be there. So the idea is,
With I, but I don't know what is V.
it is, I think we have done actually I. I think in here we have put V because initial work was done with V.
V means
V is, they are calling it value.
value.
MATLAB declares it as another model which they have not shown. They are saying HSI is the publicly known model. So we have chosen HSI. And we are,
Similar to I.
it is similar to I don't know what difference they maintain. They, as you saw, we were doing 1/3 of RGB. So it's a simple calculation. Sometimes they use maximum of RGB. So I don't know whether they are using maximum or average. So in our calculation, the whatever, again that is where the training matters. If you have chosen a particular model, stick to it. You can't have a MATLAB feasibility study and then apply somewhere else with some other model, isn't it? So these values are to be strictly maintained. So though they can be statistically observed, these were done initially by personal observation, setting some rules, and then also now we have taken all the statistical analysis and we are thinking of a fuzzy model to that as well. But as such, to recall this point, this at this juncture it is actually pixel level classification. It is not actually whole grain level classification.
Yes, resolution dependent of the scanner.
No, 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 you are not getting. My point is, when I say pixel level means, we are calling a grain has 100 pixel in. Suppose this whole mouse is replicating a grain. There is some redness here. Now we are calling this pixel is red, this pixel is chalky, this pixel is say discolored, this pixel is sound. We have a report of say there are about 300 pixels in a grain. Actually this is 50 by 50 kind of image in general for a grain, in which the grain pixels are somewhere 50 to 60%.
The moment it is pixel based, it automatically depends on the resolution of the scanner also.
Yes, yes, that 300, that resolution has been fixed.
More the resolution
Yes,
increases,
yes.
more efficiency
Yeah,
will come out of this.
yeah,
More
that
bits
is.
will be there.
No, it is not that more is better always. The more is not that better afterwards. This is after you find 300,
Somewhere it
the
will
600 is not.
Somewhere it will converge.
Yeah.
definitely. So
No, it 300 is something we found somewhere, but we have also tried 600. The pixel level classification, yes, will be what we are talking about yet. At the moment, it is that pixel which we have chosen as per resolution. So that effect is there, and the classification at the moment is pixel level. What I am trying to say, it is not grain. Grain has all the elements in it. A grain may have some percentage of red, some percentage of discolorness, some percentage of chalkiness, some percentage of soundness, and some percentage damage also. That is what we are trying to say. But each pixel is separately classified. Say there is a black spot here. So that pixel is declared as black, but other pixels are okay. So we know that okay, 1 out of 100 is black. So 1% is black, or 1% of say red grain is red. Now what do you call it? That we take as sample. The sample report says this has been declared say non-red. But the moment it is more than 1%, then the grain has been classified as say red. So we have seen that, and then it also competes with discolorness. Now when there is a discolored grain which has also similar values of say HSI. So as you can see, discolor has a broader H value, and S values are again different, 0.5 to 0.15 to 0.34. These are the values you can say hypothetically or actually by range analysis have been fixed. So some of them are overlapping, but on the whole a particular class cannot be overlapping with the other. So, as these ranges, like for example, damaged have 0 to 30 degree of H, also 330 to 360 degree, that is of course obvious. So, like that we have the whole range analysis, which gives us pixel wise classification. At this juncture, neither neural network has been used nor any other rule based has been used, you can say, as the first step to classify them as pixel level. So, in a way, the moment it lies in this range, we say this pixel is red, then we count them, we count their score. It is like the grain has found red percentage marks, discolored percentage score, chalky score, sound score and damaged score. So, it has 5 say subjects in which a grain has appeared for examination, and there are 5 say percentages available. Now, it is something like somebody has scored 80% in physics, 20% in chemistry, 60% in maths or something like that. What will you do? How, what is that? He has scored only 20% in chemistry, whether to allow in IIT to get clearance or not. It is that kind of problem now we are facing. So, we are trying to say that this is the level of range analysis. Now, this gives the overall kind of rules combined with geometric features. This is the overall Glean classification. Now, you can see the rules wise you cannot put many. You will see for admixture we have taken only length and breadth and ignored all the parameters, because a human being in observation in rule based generation cannot find easy to generate rules, he cannot handle many dimensions actually. You will say okay, but length is in this range and breadth in this range. Even if you ask the expert, he may not be able to tell you more than 2 parameters in a rule. This is something a general problem with rule based. A human being will not be able to handle many dimensions. That is where the neural network approach can help. So, at this juncture we have used neural network as well. So, the results of neural network are encouraging rather than the rule based. These were done as a MTech thesis program in the beginning. So, these rules are given for that purpose. So, you can see red is compared with red percentage as just anything above 0.75%, and it has to be compared with 4 times the 4 times redness is compared with discolored percentage. So, even a small percentage of redness has to be taken seriously, while equally seriously is 4 times of that in case of discoloredness. So, like that with some indications you can make a sense as to what we mean by sound, what we mean by inorganic. In fact, you find at the end of it inorganic has no parameters in it. Could you see that? That means if nothing is found, let us call it inorganic. The last rule has no condition. That means in a sequenced manner we have applied the rules. And then comes the results of this rule base. You can find that the results are not very highly encouraging, or some percentages are very low, because of limited analysis. This was a sort of results at the early level of an MTech student. So, we have not followed this approach now, we are using neural network approach. So, this is just to give you the first observation, manual observation could give some level of sounds were okay, 88, 86 kind of percentage. So, this shows the grains and each number of grains and classify. And then this shows how rule based could achieve some level of acceptance. Most of the time they are okay for the good grains, but they are difficult, the classification quality accuracy is poorer as the number of grains available with us were small. If you give 10 grains out of 7,000, 8,000 grains of red, how many times I see it, even more seeing is not so good. So, the rules could not be improved for, say, some of them are to be used for training, some of them are used for testing. So, training and testing put together will not generate, say we had 5764 kernels. Kernels are the number of grains, the term used is for grains. So, this is the accuracy for rule base, and I do not know if you can see these results. This is sort of what we call cross validation in the form of confusion matrix. This is neural network training. The upper table gives confusion matrix for training, the below the similar model gives the testing. So, 80% of the samples are used for training and the training results here indicate that admixture had 71% training result, big broken had 97%, say chalky had 83%, sound grains had 98%, discolored has 83%. Like that, diagonally if you see, you can see the confusion matrix. That means these are the correct percentages and other percentages are distributed in other classes. So there is some confusion by the neural network, and the bottom one indicates the actual percentage, you can say, while testing. So you can find that big broken has 91% or sound grains has 97%, but some of them gets reduced in terms of percentage. That means they were good in training, but not so good in testing, because we had very small number of grains. What we found was, if we had more number of grains available, even the 7,000 number of grains were available, but most of them were good grains. So we could train the system for good grains, broken ones and all that, but for other refractions which are indicated as classes requirement, they were less in percentage. And this shows the same diagram, showing comparing, you see the training and validation for inorganic, very large difference. For training it was showing 100%, and for validation it is very low. That means this is not accurate, not reliable kind of result. It is not a validation of result. That means for inorganic we can't say much about the neural network. Neural network has not understood well, say, the training of inorganic ones. Similarly, wherever there is a difference between training and testing, that means the particular class has not been absorbed well by the neural network. That is the idea.
What exactly is done using neural network?
Neural network takes all the samples and the labeling is done by us. We have 100% samples marked properly as per the experts. We have all the parameters, 13 parameters. The training has been done on minimum attributes. In this case, sorry, these were the attributes used, what were used in the rule base. So this is to match the rule base. You will find another neural network which use all the 13 parameters. This did not use 13 parameters. So since the rule base does not use all the parameters, we try to match the same parameters used for rule base as well as neural network. So this compares 1 to 1, as here the difference of training and validation I was mentioning. So your point was how the training was done?
Why you have used neural network? What actually
Neural network is something that you can assume the training can be done. Who will system cannot do otherwise. The
I was
approach.
thinking that the neural network you are using for probabilistic
No.
classification or something.
It is classification.
Whether, rice
It is classified.
Is good or not.
No, not just good or bad. We have 10 classes of these. Neural network can generate 10 classes also. Good or bad is just 1 or 2 classes, isn't it? It's a binarization kind of
Here
thing.
already they have done for 10 classes.
This is for 10 classes, not just. That's where we were finding difficulty of some of the classes. Just because we did not get enough number of samples. Finally, I was mentioning you, ultimately the whole project results depend on the availability of data and not availability of coding, I would say, or anything. So if you have data, you have a treasure with you. If you don't have data, no matter what you do, you are not going to get anything, because you have nothing to see. So the data shows us what is the accuracy, what is the result, what was the overall capability of the potential or the potential of the algorithm, isn't it? So the code has to marry the data. No way. Other than that, you keep the code with you, nothing will come, because in this case Markford data was there. To some extent we had some data, so some encouraging results have been obtained. But if you, as in some cases the number is still less, the availability is poor, so we could not get good results. Now it is all 13 attributes, same thing with larger number of attributes, considering all 8 plus 5, 13 attributes, the results are improved, and still inorganic remains poorer, say by 8% again. While training it shows 80% training, because the number is less actually. There are, say, I don't know if there are 16 grains. Now 16 grain, 80% means 12 or 13 grains were used in training. The neural net learned training on only 13 grains and then try to test the rest 3 grains. That is where you will find, if it finds one of them right or 2, I don't know how many of them. So, or few, I don't know whether 16 were there or not, but very small percentage has been shown here. But the other ones are okay. As far as sound is concerned, 95%, 97%. Basically the good grains are classified appropriately. That is what we could see by the availability of this approach. Now, as you can see there, the red and green, red and blue kind of training and validation ratio indicates the overall what could be done appropriately. If there are differences in the two, that means that particular class is not well recognized. Now, even if you see red, damaged, inorganic, because the number was less, we did not find at the moment neural network fully trained. You said why it is used. We are using neural network as a matching expert within the system. So, it is an element now which gets integrated to the system. Once it has learned these rice grains classification, you give us a new sample, it will generate the report. Basically, it is an examiner now. Now, of course, I have already almost compared the two, and as he mentioned, the detailed comparison is available in the paper that we had published, presented in June and December 2007, and this just compares quantitatively what has gone wrong, what is better in neural network in compared to rule based approach, and overall comparison where in say less number of attributes and full number of attributes what results could be obtained. This is of course not image processing details, and further I can say now that we discussed histograms. Now, you never knew that we could have parametric histogram. We do not do image histograms only, we do now it is a histogram for length of all grains, where the population is available on the x axis and the length is available on the y axis. In fact, the project allows any 2 parameters or 3 parameters as part of the report. You can generate reports. Again, I have already discussed the overall basically societal impact is that you can have total objectivity, transparency, reliability, 24/7 kind of behavior. You do not need to look for a person who will do this job, otherwise you have to submit a sample to the laboratory and then they will do the job. So, it is generally a half an hour to 1 hour kind of job by 2 or 3 people who will do this test and give a report, and this system can do in few minutes, and also maybe on an online kind of system where the milling process can be say on a site. You can, if you have an internet connection, have a scanner with you. Of course, this software can also be used by the computer there itself as a desktop version. What we were suggesting that if the rules are changing in the country sometimes, so they say allowed percentage this year to the farmers is say 10% of chalkiness allowed or some other percentage of refraction allowed. So, that way if you want to change the reports by way of prevailing rules, the centralization can be done, or you can say manipulation of the reporting cannot be done if you use a central server. Otherwise, technically you can use your own desktop, or technically you can use web service, either way. Okay, that was about the case study. I know some of the details were of your interest, some of them were beyond, but it was almost necessary to give you the overall necessity of matching with the reality, facing the reality,